Hi, 801010, Ben here again. So, happy, healthy vegan, Ryan and Angie, or I guess it was just Ryan on the video, made a video where he said that he feels he can be optimally healthy on starches. And I just wanted to talk about that today and share my thoughts and opinions and experiences with starch. So, I've been trying to maximize my athletic performance and vitality through nutrition for about a year and a half now, and pretty quickly it led me into veganism. And then 5 months ago, 4 days before my first ultra marathon, I found 80-10-10, and I did it and got great results. And wasn't sure if I was going to be able to keep it up at school, and I was able to. But I did do some experiments with cooked starches just because they're so much more convenient. I wanted to try them to see how far from optimal they were. And my experience with cooked starches is that after being 80-10-10 for so long, I have a really difficult time eating cooked starches, and they make me feel pretty bad after. And even frozen corn, that's a higher starch food, it just doesn't make me feel very good. It doesn't make me feel my best. I don't wake up in the morning the next day feeling my best. Um, and this whole idea you can be optimally healthy from this idea that you can be optimally healthy from a purely nutritional perspective on starch, I think, is pretty flawed. Dr. Doug Graham wrote a book called Grain Damage. It's short, it's an easy read. I haven't read it yet. I've listened to a little bit of it on YouTube. And from what I've read there is that there are a lot of serious problems with starch. Now, I'm not trying to put down the raw till 4 crowd. I understand that you can be very healthy on starch. You're not going to get heart disease. You're probably not going to get cancer. Your blood tests are going to be great. You can be happy and healthy on some starch. I've got no question about that. Ryan and Angie, they look great. I totally believe that they're thriving on what they're doing, which is mostly raw vegan. But the idea you can have optimal health with starch in your diet, I think, is just completely off. And I think this is kind of a view that the Woodstock Fruit Festival was trying to combat a little bit when they de-pioneered Freely and Harley. I'm not justifying that decision at all. It's not a decision I like, but I'm just trying to understand it, and that's my understanding of it. So, just a couple problems with grains that come to mind. The first is that, if you think about it from a purely logical standpoint, you can't eat grains, you have to cook them, so they're not a human food. So how can that possibly be anywhere near optimal if you have to do something so strange to it? We just don't eat them in nature. They're not a human food, so why would we even believe them to be even close to optimal is my first question. A couple things that I've learned from the little bit of Grain Damage I've listened to is that they have a different type of fiber that's problematic in various ways, and that it impedes nutrient absorption. What else? That in themselves they don't have a lot of nutrients, that they irritate the intestines as they go down. And Dr. Doug Graham has said starch is a tasteless food by definition, so why would eating a tasteless food be optimal for humans? I don't know. I don't get it. I think what Fruity Ronster has been trying to say is that, yeah, you can be pretty healthy on starch, but starch it's far from optimal, and it's not what the Woodstock Fruit Festival is about. I don't think that was a good choice on their part, but I can understand it. So Ryan says that he can digest starch like he can fruit. So that's another weird one. I used to think I could digest a lot of things very well that after going further along in my health journey, I've learned that I can't digest. I used to think I could digest butter pretty well, even though I was lactose intolerant, and it seemed to work fine. And it's not until you take those things completely out of your diet and then you go back to them that you really find out how difficult they are to digest. So, if you really think you can digest starch as well as fruit, or they're somewhere comparable, what I would suggest to those who are able to is try going really strict, high carb raw vegan, just fruits and vegetables for a month, and then try going raw till 4, and I think you'll see the difference. The other day I was hanging out with another fruit lover, and she was talking about how she had been completely raw for 3 months, and then she went back to raw till 4, not because she had to for any particular reason, but just kind of out of habit, out of um, maybe I don't know what was going on. There can be a bunch of things going on. Um, and she was talking about how one day she was telling her other friends that she had rice for dinner, and they're like, so what? That's perfectly okay. And what she was really looking for was for somebody to tell her that she can do better because she knows how much better she feels on completely raw than raw till 4. So that pretty much sums it up for me. I think you can be very, very healthy and happy eating some cooked food. But if you think you can be optimally healthy on starch, I think you're completely wrong. Ben out.